What's good? Hello, hello, hello. We are live.
Trading without a dime.
Bum, ba, bum. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Dun, 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 dun. Good afternoon, guys. How are we? Pin the market. Hope you're a good man. Sergio, Johan, good work. Welcome. How are we today? I feel like my internet was lagging a bit behind there. I hope we're all good. How is it? How are you all? Good, glad you're okay. Any trades today? No trades for me today so far. But coming into the New York session now, so feeling good for the trade. Got a new range formed. Marked it out on MT5 as well. So yeah, we're looking for sales below, 286516. Can barely read the numbers there. Got nice clean candles coming down towards. We have got clean candles coming down to support. Down at 2856. But my initial targets would be at this previous resistance at 2861 level, where we made to start taking partials. You do get a closure below, but then final targets down towards the rest of the clean candles. And after that, of course, we've got new support, then more clean candles, another support, then more clean candles. And yeah, if we do start getting them bearish closures, we do have really nice benchmarks. And of course, below this area, 2849. We've got really nice clean candles coming down towards 2840. So we'll wait for that. On the flip side, we do have a most recent resistance at 2872 level. We do have a big wick fill that will be my initial targets to fill. I don't particularly like wick fills that much of a rejection of all-time new highs on gold. However, it is a nice benchmark for us to go off at the moment. So yeah, waiting for a close outside this range for now. All-time new highs has been absolutely scorching today. Again, I haven't had a setup, so I stayed patient. There has been a couple of nice setups. The best one of the day was this here. So those two really. This closure back inside the Asian range, this bearish candle. But we finished with no bottom wick and then started with no top wick. These sells were nice. However, then we formed this nice big liquidity wick. Enticing loads of sellers into the market. This was the best impulse entry right here at the break of the previous wick. However, we did have no top wick on there. But if I come over to trading view, I didn't take this trade, but it was probably the best one. Come over to trading view. There's a big bearish divergence on the volume on this particular candle, off the rejection candle. So a lot of volume indicated, but a rejection, meaning bearish divergence. And then, therefore, the next candle, bang. As soon as we break that previous wick, that was been a nice entry. Could have secured partials at the top of the range. And then, obviously, we did continue up with the all-time new highs. But wasn't the safest entry because we had no top wick on the previous candle. So it's easily rejectable at that point. So, yeah. Is what it is there. But now we wait with this new range. So we wait. Joanne, I'm back here in New York. Good job. Turning up. Good job. In the market. I took gold long from the Asian session. Nice. Yeah, I did see this here. Obviously, I'm in bed at this time. I'm sleeping, but we had this really nice fake out where we had this candle closure below, then the next candle closing back in the range. This range here closed back in the range, and then at the break of the previous wick, really nice at the break of this previous wick here. Obviously we continued up on bullish, which is really nice. So that was the buys you took there. Lovely. There's some nice high highs and high lows all the way up as well, but that was the cleanest one that I saw right from the bottom. Emu Koo, good to see you, man. How are you doing? I don't want that particularly. That line there. I got him from 2840. Yeah, nice, man. Perfect. Imuku, why can't I see general chat on Funding Frontier? Where can I create a ticket? Do you mean on the Discord? I don't run the Discord. I'm a Funding Frontier educator, so that is not my forte. Unless, why can't you see a general chat? You might be. I know a lot of Discords, especially bigger communities, you need to verify yourself in the Funding Frontier Discord. Just check on the welcome page, perhaps somewhere near there, that you need to verify yourself. Just check that for me. That might be why. If not, creating a ticket's a good idea, which will be on the left hand side in the left column. Hopefully that helps. I do like this alley to continue on bullish. I do like that. But I need to see a nice entry on the 15-minute. I do like the idea that we've now taken out the previous lows of the bearish candle and to continue up on bullish and at least fill this wick and then take out the previous high. I do like that. So that is what I will be looking out for. But I need to see the setup on the 15-minute. So we'll see, we're working within this range at the moment. Emuku, yeah, I can see it now. Oh, nice one. Good job. Was it the verification? No, 2911 is looking good to take, but day is already gone by. We will see some ranging or retracement. Yeah, that's exactly why. That is why we wait for our candle closure. But looking at candlestick analysis, it happens all the time. Happens all the time when we take out a previous low and then come to take the buys, take out the lows and then continue up on bullish. But we see, you have to be patient. There's no one can say, no, this is what's going to happen, or yes, this is what's going to happen in the market, because no one can say that. because no one can predict the future. No one's 100% right all the time. But what you can do is have the probability in your favor, by waiting for candle closures, waiting for your setups, waiting for candlestick structure. That's what you can do. That's what you can do to make the probability in your favor. You could say, oh, I'm expecting this, or I would like to say this, but there's no way anyone in the world can say, no, this is happening, or yes, this is happening. We always have to wait. Look how bullish gold is. Look how bullish gold is. It's crazy. This is the hourly time frame, 4 hour. And what do you pin the mark? What do you mean? No, 2911 is looking good to take, but 2911, 2911. 400 and 400 pips away. That is 2911. When you come into all-time new highs, it's vital that you don't have any previous data to go on. So it is vital that you use $5 increments. Gold reacts off $5 increments. Around them prices, use them as benchmarks. There's no key levels to go on. You can't look left. You can't look left because there's no data. We've never been here before in the history of mankind. Since the start of humanity, there's been no gold data at these levels when you look left. So when you do come to all-time new highs, you have to use $5 increments as a benchmark. Of course, we've got this wick fill for now, but when you get past that wick fill, what do you think? Like, where are we going? Where are we going? There's no certain price that you can think, right. There's no certain area, sorry, that you can think, right, we're going to reject from there because there's no previous data to go on. But yeah, using $5 increments is the best way forward. Gold does like to react off the whole numbers there. That is the best way forward. Whew. Do 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 do. Anybody else take any trades today? Any luck for anyone? Any good, nice setups, or any losses? Any losses anyone taken? I can go over them as well. I'm happy to go over any losses, any break evens, any wins, so I can give you some feedback. I can help you out there whilst we're waiting for a setup. Business, can you give me some tips? I have a 10k account. Yeah, just take 1 to 2 trades a day. Don't overtrade. 1 to 2 trades a day. Don't risk more than 2% a trade. 1 to 2% is absolutely fine on a nice 10k account. If you're aiming to get 0.5% or 1% a day, that's perfect. And take it step by step and day by day. You don't need to take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades a day just to try and rush the process. I'm saying be patient and it will come. Imuku, no accounts for now. That's all right. That's fine. No accounts is absolutely fine because that means you're in the learning phase. You're not just wasting your money. That's fine. That's brilliant. In the market, gold will continue to break at an all-time high till the end of the week. Tariff cooling is causing USD weakness. Looks like you got some inside information there. Got to wait for closures for confirmations. Business. I just take 1 trade a day, but perfect trade. That is exactly the right thing to do. Wait for the most perfect setup. Only take that trade come back tomorrow. That's exactly what I like to hear. So you will go far. Well done. This is the Funding Frontier 100k account that we've been using for streams, etc. On the live trading. So doing all right so far. 2,400 profit made. We've had one loss. But look how long I've had this. They've had this account for ages. I haven't taken loads of trades on it. These little ones don't count. They're just to keep the account from breaching, you know, if it goes over too long. But yeah, looking good. So had a look, 1.2% loss there. Did I lose my head? Nope, just kept to the same plan, same strategy, keep securing. And this is the win rate. This is what I like to see. So yeah, perfect on there. I master patience from you, Ryan. That's good. That's good. Yeah, like this morning, we had this massive run up, like during London, and I didn't take any trades. Even I was on live stream with my group and mentorship course and stuff with my group. I didn't take one trade during the live session, during the whole London session, because there wasn't a clean entry that I liked. You know, I need to see the most perfect setup. There was an okay entry, but I wanted to see a better setup for the day. If it doesn't come for the day, then I won't take a trade. Just wait for the next day. Don't need to force anything. And this is what happens. You look at the consistency. This is what happens. When you just wait for your best setup possible, you get the consistency, you get the higher win rates. Everything will start to fall in place if you just take the best probable setups. You're not going to force a trade. When you start, you start to force a trade, that's when you start seeing inconsistencies. Because if you think, I have to have 2 trades today, I have to have 2 trades because I have to make 2% or I have to make 1%, I have to do it. But there's no time limits on the prop firms like these days. Funding Frontier, they don't have a time limit. So you don't need to rush a trade. When you get that account, you don't need to rush a trade. So just stay patient and wait for your best probable setup. Business, I just feel confident on your setups. Do you have any channel or something where I can learn from? Yes, I do have my own mentorship, Market Cruiser. So yeah, you can learn from there. I have Market Cruiser mentorship, which is a paid monthly one, or I also have a free Telegram, which I do post like all my content in. I'll post my trades in there. Sometimes I post analysis in there for free. So yeah, it's a good place to be in Crucifix. If not, I have proper mentorship, a proper course. Yeah, Market Cruiser. If you follow me on Instagram, everything's on there. So yeah. My Instagram, I'll post it in the comments, shall I? Is at Ryan Cruz FX. And then of course, if you know, like there's all the free education as well on Funding Frontier, where I always post daily analysis. We do long form content on the YouTube, loads of hints and tips, loads of education for free as well on Funding Frontier. So yeah, it's 2 really nice options there for you. Pin a market, Ryan. Please help me to thank the entire team of Funding Frontier. I won a 50k account yesterday. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Oh, amazing. Amazing. Congratulations. Now, what I will say, take care with that 50k. Do not throw that away. Just because you've won it, treat it like you've spent real money on there. Treat it like it's real. money. Treat it like you've already passed it, like, because that is a blessing. So amazing. That's really good. Go really easy with it, steady on it. Best probable setups. Don't force anything, don't rush anything. Don't revenge trade. If you lose a trade, so be it. So happy. Yeah, you should be. Japitha, hello mate, how are you doing? Any main? Bro, how much time did it take you to pass funded 10k account with your strategy? I've passed some accounts in a month. I've passed some accounts in 2 months. I've gone aggressive on some accounts, and I've passed phase 1 and 2 in 6 days. That was my fastest. I don't advise going aggressive, but I passed that aggressive one was when I was holding trades longer, because I saw from the previous accounts that I did pass 10Ks as well. I got 3 10K accounts funded. I passed the first 2, and then upon review, of course, I like to, 10 pips a day is great, 15 pips a day is perfect. That's all you need, and that's what I go by a lot, right? You don't have to hit home runs all the time, but upon review, I'll put using journals, going back over, because I record every trade and put it up on my socials. I went back on every single trade. There's even one on my YouTube. There was a phase 1 I uploaded. I recorded every trade I took and documented every trade. If you look at every single trade, each trade went way longer. Not everyone, but a lot of the trades went for like 20, 30, 40, 50 pips. So on the next challenge I took, I was like, right, I'll hold. I'll hold for 20, 30, 40 pips. And then I passed within 6 days, phase 1 and 2. So my advice is not to do that straight away. My advice is that's more like a more advanced concept, because I think you have to learn the strategy first. You have to learn the core components. You have to learn your self-discipline and your self-confidence before you jump into just holding loads of trades because you want to pass quicker. Because if you're securing, 15 pips on a trade, close out 89, 90%, let the runners run. When you're watching those runners run, you're getting more knowledge each time, seeing where does that trade, will it go to full TP, will it go to TP2, etc. And then within time, you can then start to learn, okay, if I've done well on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I've secured 2 to 3%, on Thursday, I'm going to do exactly the same strategy. And on Thursday and Friday, I'm going to do exactly the same strategy, but I'll move my stops to break even like I always would after I've got a good amount of profit. And then I'm just going to let them run a bit longer because I've done well for the week. I've made my trade risk-free. Then I'm just going to let the next trades run. And it's like a bonus day, right? You could just do it on the Friday, but Thursday and Friday, if you've done well, then you deserve to have that. So that's a nice strategy to use in terms of money management. Can you tell me how much you should a person make from 10k account per month? I mean, if you can aim to 5 to 10% a month, is great. Like, it's really good. But even if you're making 2 to 3% a month, that is still profit, and you're still making continuous progress. Because once you've made 2 to 3% that month on a 10k, you can easily get a 25k. Make 2 to 3% a month. Like, people will look down on someone making 2 to 3% a month, but if you're consistently making 2 to 3% a month, that's still really good. But of course, you can easily make 10 to 20% a month once you become more experienced. So I won't knock that at all. So it's a very broad question to answer, but I'll say if you're making 5 to 10% a month, you're doing very, very, very well. But even 2 to 3% a month is very good. Five minutes till this candle closure, slowing right down in volume, but yeah, we're stuck in this range at the moment. Shaquille, hello, how are you? You're early today. I was expecting New York open time. Yeah, I think we're going to start doing the streams at 11:30 GMT now. Just because then, because sometimes when we do it at 1:30, of course, there's news as well. Therefore, news gets in the way, and we don't trade news because we're not gamblers. So 11:30 to 12:30 GMT, that is, seems like a more proactive time in the market. I've been following you on Instagram for long before I see what funds. Oh, amazing! One of my OGs, one of my originals. Love to see that. Love to see that. Christian, yeah, let's go. Hello, coach. Good to see you, man. In the market, preserving the capital is the most important. Absolutely, absolutely. And once you, like, you know, if you make 5% on your funded account, look what I do. If some of my 10k funded accounts, I make 5% and I get a payout. You know, $500 on that. Or if you've got a 100k account and you get a payout for 5%, that's $5,000. Like, it's big money. Never underestimate. The account size does not matter, guys. I'm telling you right now, account size does not matter. Percentages matter. Let me say this to you. If you have a trader with a 100k account and they've just made 1% on a 100k account, they've made 1% and made £1,000 or dollars. Then you have a trader who's got a 10k account and they've actually made $1,000 as well. Who do you think's the better? Who's the better trader at that point? Well, actually, they've both made the same amount of money. However, the trader with the 10k account has actually made 10%. They've made 10%, whereas the trader with the 100k account has made 1%. Now, it doesn't mean like I should have said maybe the trader with the 100k account has lost 5, but they've won 5 or so, or they've won 6. But so yeah, let's say that the trader with a 100k account has won 6, lost 5, and they've ended up with 1%. But then that 1% is 1,000. But the trader with 10%, 10 straight wins, perhaps, has got the same amount of money. So therefore, being a better trader doesn't mean more money all the time. Being a better trader is the better percentages. Of course, when you are at that stage of being a better trader, of course, the bigger account is going to give you the bigger rewards. But that's why we work the prop firm ladder, right? Once you start with 10k, get 5%, get a payout. Then you can get a 25k account, get 5%, get a payout. And then just keep working that ladder. Just keep going up. That's why it's such a... Prop firms has been a blessing, right? Without prop firms, I would not be a full-time trader yet. I don't think. Maybe. But what allowed me to become a full-time trader is the prop firm capital, right? Being consistently profitable with prop firm capital. I wouldn't have been able to start that from nothing. I would have been able to be consistently profitable, but I would have had to take a much longer journey to become full-time, because you'd have to compound your account from a lot less capital. But a prop firm has allowed me to start with a bigger capital straight away. So thank God for that. Shaquille, what are you looking for in gold today? Well, as you can see on the screen, I'm waiting for a closure outside this range we formed. So, you know, I'm looking for sales below 2865 500 area. We've formed this new support. We've got lovely clean candles coming down to its previous resistance first. Nice 46 pips. Then final targets coming down for like 100 pips towards 2853. On the flip side, for buys, I'll be looking for a closure above 2872, 297. We've got this lovely wick fill to the left. I would like to see more closures above the wick fill as well for all gold all-time new highs if we keep closing. But for now, I'm waiting for candle closures outside of this range. Now, if we get the candle set up, we've formed this new resistance. Oh, it's a horrible half an hour closure. 15-minute. This is what you do adapting to the market, right? Support stays the same. That's fine. But the resistance, we have formed a new resistance on the 15-minute. So now we actually do have clean candles coming up to the previous bodies of the resistance and then the wick fill. We can use that as a new resistance if we get the right setup. But yeah, the half an hour closure there is really horrible. Tiny body. Hourly closure, lots of bullish volume, but the candle looks tiny. We may see a bearish push first, bit of a bullish divergence there. But yeah, we'll initially, safest thing to do is wait for a closure outside of this bigger range at the moment. But we'll see if we can get us up within the range. Japith, Mr. Ryan, how would you advise someone who has fear of being wrong, holding him back from taking the next step? The fear that failing one thing will make him feel like a failure. The thing is, the best traders in the world, or the most profitable and the most consistent traders, right? They have been through so many failures, so it's okay to fail. So take away that fear of failing, because failing is good. Failing makes you stronger. Failing makes you recognize mistakes. If you failed on something, you've made a mistake on something, you will then make a note of that. You'll journal that. Take that note down. Take the failure down. Take a screenshot. Draw out the chart of where you failed, where you made that mistake, and then keep jotting down that same mistake. If you keep making it, if you've made it 10 times in a row, that setup doesn't work, right? So keep a note of that failure, because that failure will make you a better trader, because you won't do that again. Same goes with all the wins as well. Take them all down because you want to consistently keep doing them. But failures are good, man. Like 100%. Like, I encourage you to keep failing, because the failure will make you stronger. So keep doing that. Don't have the fear. And the more you fail, the better you'll do. I've failed so many times in my trading career. Like a few years ago, I've been trading for 5 years now. The first 2 years was consistent up and down, consistently not consistent, like a roller coaster. I was just up and down. And that was just pure failures, highs and lows, winning, losing. So yeah, I encourage you to just keep pushing, because it will come. Abbas, good to see you. I am very well, bro. How are you today? I'm very well. Pin the market. With target of 1%, the account will last better than 10k with 100%. Yeah, 100%. The thing is, if you have a 100k account, you don't need to risk 1% per trade. You don't have to do that, because we know there's a daily limit, and we also know there's a max drawdown limit. So what we have to do, you could half your lot size, and that's like a 10k account, 50k account, right? You can half it again if you want. You can quarter it, and that's like a 25k account. You've got more room to breathe then. So yeah, as long as you stay consistent. Shaquille, how high can gold go? What do you think? Well, as I've said, I'm waiting for a closure above this level, 2872. Gold can go as high as it wants. You know, gold can hit 3,000 if it wants. But what we do is wait for the closures. We wait and stay patient. Andrea, hello. What strategy are you using? I started developing my strategy off SRC. You know, like 5 years ago. Using solid key levels, support, resistance, breakouts, and then I kind of developed more into. I use that as a base, and then my own strategy, MC, Market Cruiser. So it's a bit like a mix, a hybrid of SRC, MC. So yeah, initially learnt off Raja Banks, and then just developed. I had to tweak things to make it more consistent for myself. and then being able to teach others as well. In the market, blowing, accident, or trade hit stop loss is just gathering data for better next. Yeah, absolutely. Beef, thanks, G. Yeah, no worries at all. Volume seems to slow right down. Four hour is at a stalemate at the moment. Made a lower wick, made an upper wick, exactly the same, and we're at entry price. See this, I would have liked this trade. If we had taken out this previous low first, which we didn't quite manage to do, and then we come up and take the previous high, I would have liked that trade. But we didn't quite manage to do that, so I'm just going to stay patient, wait for closure outside this range. Maybe entering a period of consolidation. We do have. Check the news quickly. That's yesterday. Today we've got ADP non-farm employment change at 1:15. So in 1 hour and 5 minutes we'd have that. And then at 3 p.m. GMT we have ISM service PMI. So I can probably show you, can't I? Yeah, so we got 2 bits of news coming up, which may be why we're starting to consolidate. We've got New York open in 50 minutes as well. Yeah, volume seems to be slowing right down. Setup is pending. Setup is pending. Full 15-minute time frame coming into the New York session. As you can see, we did have this form support formed at 2865600. Did form our most recent resistance at 2871 flat. We did have a candle closure above, but it was a very, very low volume candle at a low volume hour, so wasn't looking to take buys yet. The best thing to do on gold is wait for $5 increments for TPs, as we're at all-time new highs at the moment. At this point, it's too risky to take a buy, so you have to wait for a new cleaner range to form. For example, a period of consolidation in this area, then wait for a candle to close above or below that previous support like so. Then you can take the continuation highs themselves. Again, all-time new highs in the 4 hour, still making high highs and high lows in every single candle, which is really nice for the structure. Same story on the daily. To keep an eye out for that new range, we can use our most recent is what I'm expecting on gold. Today. Gold 15-minute time frame, I'm using 3-minute sessions. You see, we did have the strong support again. Big for my most recent wasn't a big buys yet. The best thing to do on gold is wait for $5 increments for TPs, as we're all-time new highs at the moment. At this point, it's too risky to take a buy, so you have to wait for a new gene and range to form. For example, a period of consolidation in this area, then wait for a candle to close above or below that previous support, like so. Then you can take the continuation buys or sells. Again, all-time new highs on the 4 hour, still making high highs and high lows in every single candle, which is really nice for the structure. Same story on the daily. To keep an eye out for that new range, we can use our most recent support at 2869. Up for that new range, we can use our most recent support at 2869.48. So if we do get close below that area, I will be looking for sales coming down towards 2865, 260. I'm targeting 2856, 998. 2 minutes till candle closure. A lot of people will be trying to rush into getting sales here because it's made a low, made a new resistance, and they rush in to get the sales. But there's no point taking any entries when there's 2 minutes left on the candle. Oh yes, Christoph. Christoph is in the house. Just seen your message. I have to reply. I can't listen to them just yet, but I will ASAP, Christoph. Always watching from the sideline, just like Batman. You never know when I'm here. What's your thoughts on the high volume on the 1 hour candle there, Christoph? High volume 1 hour candle, not a lot to it. But we do have the rejection to the downside. We're in a bit of a stalemate, really, at the moment. You liked the 30-minute support, had higher volume. But the 1 hour, yeah, I liked. Yeah, that was really nice. That support. But yeah, then the next half an hour just did nothing. Broke it a little bit. Closed very small bearish. Rejection from both sides of high volume. Yeah. Making it very indecisive, isn't it? So I'm just waiting for the closure at this point. More consolidation before news. Yeah. Two lots of news as well. Yeah, price is consolidating. The bigger the consolidation, the bigger the breakout. So the volume on the indicator is not that bad, right? Looking at the volume on the indicator, the volume is a lot bigger than a lot of the volume during London, but the candles are getting smaller and smaller, meaning volume is building up. But volume's building up, so it's like fueling, getting like stirring up that fuel, ready to explode, basically. Well, that's what consolidation is. The bigger because that's why the phrase, the bigger the consolidation, the bigger the breakout, because you're fueling up, and then you're going to break out. Ba 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 ba. Do, do, do. Yeah, very indecisive at the moment. Patience pays, though, my friends. Patience pays. Nice little MC play on the 5 minute there. Do. Wow, come on stream and gold stops moving. Whoa. Yeah, it has been quite a New York session so far. Calm before the storm. we had a big Asian session. To be fair, we had a big Asian session, and London was big, which is very, 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 very rare because Asian session you don't normally have a lot of volume anyway. But if you do have a big Asian session, you normally expect London. Excuse me. If you have a big Asian session, you normally expect London to consolidate, but then London had a big push as well. So we had two big pushes. So we may just see New York consolidate before the news. Makes sense. Yeah, look at that. Boom, boom, I'll be heading off stream at 12:30, 7 minutes. It's an hour-long stream. Unfortunately, we've had nothing in the hour, but that's the way it goes. But then I streamed for, well, I don't know, 3.5 hours this morning as well during the London. Didn't take a trade, so waiting for the best probable setups only. Even if I was going to try and force a trade, there's hardly anything. If I was going to force a trade, I absolutely have to force a trade. There's just like, no, there's nothing even close. Like if you forced a trade, you could have forced the buys here. As soon as the trade opened, you could have forced buys. It's not a good setup at that point. You could have forced buys here, you would have lost. Then you could have seen these sells because you've created a low. Create a low, come back up, create a new resistance to then continue on down. Yes, that is an okay setup to retest the lows. However, if there's no setups, if the candlesticks are saying don't take the trade, don't take the trade. Look at the previous candle here, a 12 o'clock candle. I'll zoom in. This candle, nothing. Absolutely nothing. We failed to break the highs. We failed to break the lows, the previous lows, and then the actual body itself closed at opening price, meaning complete indecisiveness. Like, it's really terrible candlestick price action. So from that candle alone, it makes it so hard to determine what the next candle is going to do. So trying to get in a trade and forcing a trade is not a good idea. Well, people would have taken these sells at the break of this previous wick. Like, it might come in, but it's more like a 50-50, maybe 60-40 because of bearish probability of coming in. And now you're scrambling at break even at the moment because you've got 4 minutes left. So yeah, no, not forcing anything here. No forcing trades here. Now if you've entered themselves, you're now in drawdown with 3 minutes to go. And the volume's decreasing. That is why wait for the best probable setups. We haven't won any trades today. We haven't taken any trades today, but we've also not lost any trades and we've avoided losses, which is almost as good as a win. Do you know what I love seeing is when you see a trade that you would have taken 3 years ago and you see it not play out again and you think, whoa, I would have entered that trade 3 years ago. But from experience in the gain of knowledge, you don't take it and you've avoided a loss. And that feels nearly as good as a win. Yeah, look at the volume dying right down. Jeez Louise. What would have been nice, now looking at it, what would have been nice is if we'd swept these lows and with volume, then come up to, like we have, and break the previous high, and then continue on up. But we do like 1 minute left of the candle now, so I'm not entering that. But that would have been nice. On complete consolidation, half an hour. What you will learn from some of these live streams, if there's not a trade taken on the live stream, you'll learn patience and discipline. And I've had a lot of feedback from you guys, DMing me or even on the live saying, I've learned patience from you, which has made you more consistent. Like, so even when not taking a trade, you're still learning. because you're learning patience and discipline. You're learning not to force a trade, not to take a setup. And that is definitely what's needed more in the industry to become a more consistent and profitable trader. Even if, right, you have, just before I end the stream, even if you're a very new, inexperienced trader, but you have learned one setup of the candlestick patterns, of the candlesticks, you've learned one pattern, and that is it. You've learned one. You need to see a very definitive candlestick structure. You need to see this pattern happen. You need to see a closure and then the candle pattern, right? Even if you know one, as a very inexperienced trader, you could still be consistently profitable. Do you know how? Just taking that one setup that you know worked. It might only come once every 3 days because you're very new and it's just one setup that you've ever seen. But if you know that one setup works and you've tested it, back tested it over some months, you know, if you know that one setup works, then just use that. That's the thing. That's why I have 3 or 4 setups that I know a high probability. Then therefore go for it. Just stick to that. Shaquille, Raja Banks is live. Yeah, you can go over to watch Raja Banks now if you want, because I'm ending the stream. There's also loads of other people that are live. So thanks for that. But yeah, thanks for coming on the stream, guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. Also follow Funding Frontier on Instagram for the more continuous updates, the live stream updates, and myself. I post them all over my channel. Loads of free educational content as well. So don't forget to follow these on Instagram as well. Thanks for turning up again, guys. No trades, of course. Pure consolidation. But wait for the candle to close outside this range. And have a good afternoon. Watch out for the news in 45 minutes as well. Watch out for the news. I'll see you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in as well. Patience and discipline. See you later.